Hey everyone, and welcome back to Facts Discoveries. Let's get right into it. Have you ever stood in the produce aisle, staring at those bundles of green stalks, and just thought, wait a minute, are green onions and chives just the same thing with different price tags? I mean, they look like they could be twins, right? Well, what if I told you that mistaking one for the other is a total rookie mistake that could be messing with your cooking game? And what if I told you the truth behind these green imposters is way more interesting than you think? Stick around, because we're about to blow the lid off this culinary mystery. And trust me, you'll never look at a baked potato the same way again. So, at first glance, you've got green onions, also called scallions, depending on where you're from, and you've got chives. Both are long, skinny, and, well, green. It's easy to see why everyone gets them mixed up. But here's the plot twist, and it's a big one. They aren't even the same type of plant. It's like comparing a house cat to a tiger. Sure, they're both felines, but you probably don't want to mix them up. Let's break it down. Green onions are basically baby onions, for real. They re from the species *allium, fistulosum*, or sometimes they re just young versions of regular bulb onions. Like *allium, cepa*, farmers pull them out of the ground before the white bulb at the bottom gets big and round. That little white part at the end, that's the baby bulb, full of that classic oniony punch. The green stalks are their leaves, and they have a milder, but still distinctly oniony flavor. So when you're eating a green onion, you're literally eating an onion that just didn't get a chance to grow up. Now, let's talk about chives. Chives are a completely different species, *allium shonophrasm*, *. According to the USDA, they're technically classified as an herb, not a vegetable. That's a huge deal in the food world. Unlike green onions, chives don't grow a bulb at all. They grow in clumps, and their leaves are hollow and super delicate, almost like tiny green straws. Think of them as the sophisticated, artsy cousin in the family. They're all about subtlety and adding a final touch of elegance. If you look closely, chives are way thinner and more delicate than the flatter, sturdier leaves of a green onion. So one is a veggie, the other is an herb. That's the first major clue. But why does this even matter? It all comes down to flavor and texture, and this is where it gets really interesting for anyone who loves to cook. Let's dive into the flavor profile. Green onions pack a bit of a punch. The white and light green parts at the bottom have a sharp, pungent, almost spicy onion flavor. It's assertive. It wants to be noticed. As you move up to the dark green tops, the flavor mellows out, becoming fresher and more herbaceous. It's this 2-for-1 deal that makes green onions so versatile. Chives, on the other hand, are the masters of subtlety. They have a very mild, delicate, onion-like flavor with a hint of garlic. It's never going to overpower your dish. It's more of a gentle whisper than a loud announcement. This is why chefs go gaga for chives. They add a fresh, bright note without hijacking the flavor of everything else on the plate. Some people even say they can taste a slight peppery or grassy note. It's complex, but in a very low-key, cool way. This difference in flavor directly impacts how you use them in the kitchen. And this is the part that can seriously level up your cooking. Because green onions are heartier and have a stronger flavor, they can stand up to heat. You can grill them whole until they get all charred and sweet. You can chop them up and throw them into a stir-fry, where they add an amazing aromatic base. You can toss them into soups, stews, and noodle dishes. The white parts, in particular, are awesome when you saute them with garlic and ginger as the start of a fantastic Asian-inspired meal. They add a real depth of flavor that chives just can't replicate when cooked. Cooking a chive is almost a crime in the culinary world. Why? Because chives are delicate divas. Their fine structure and subtle flavor get totally lost and turn into a sad, wilted mess when you expose them to high heat. It's a waste of their talent. As Food Network experts will tell you, chives are finishers. They are meant to be used raw, sprinkled on top of a dish right before serving. Think about it, a dollop of sour cream on a baked potato, showered with finely chopped chives. Scrambled eggs, looking a bit plain, add chives, a creamy soup, needing a pop of color and fresh flavor. Chives to the rescue, they're the garnish that actually does something besides just looking pretty. They add that final, perfect touch that makes a dish feel complete and professionally made. Let's talk about another fun fact that sets them apart, their flowers. You might not see this in the grocery store, but if you grow them, you'll see a big difference. Chives produce these beautiful, purple, globe-shaped flowers that are actually edible. They look amazing in salads and have that same mild oniony flavor. Green onions, if you let them keep growing, will also flower to produce seeds, but it's the chive blossoms that are a real gourmet treat. So let's recap the smackdown. Green onions, a vegetable, basically a baby onion. They have a stronger, two-part flavor with a pungent white base and milder green tops. They're sturdy and absolutely fantastic for cooking, grilling, sautéing, you name it. They bring a foundational onion flavor to your dishes. Chives, an herb, a totally different plant. They're hollow, delicate, and have a very mild, fresh onion garlic flavor. They are the ultimate finishing touch, almost always used raw as a garnish to add brightness and a pop of color. Never ever cook them into oblivion. Now, can you substitute one for the other? I mean, in a pinch, maybe, but you have to be smart about it. If a recipe calls for cooked green onions in a stir-fry, do not throw chives in there. They'll just disappear, and you'll be left wondering where the flavor went. In that case, you'd be better off using a bit of finely chopped regular onion. But what if a recipe calls for raw chives as a garnish on a soup? Could you use the green tops of a green onion, sliced super thin? Yeah, you could probably get away with that. It won't be exactly the same. The flavor will be a bit stronger and the texture a bit different, but it'll work if you're desperate. Just remember to only use the dark green parts, as the white parts would be way too overpowering raw. Ultimately, knowing the difference isn't just about being a food snob. It's about being a better, more intentional cook. It's about understanding your ingredients and using them in a way that brings out their absolute best. Using green onions for their robust cookdown flavor and chives for their fresh, delicate finish shows you know what's up in the kitchen. It's like knowing when to use a sledgehammer and when to use a fine-tipped paintbrush. Both are tools, but they have very different jobs. Next time you're at the store, pick up a bunch of each. Smell them, feel the difference in texture, and then go home and experiment. Try making a simple omelet. Make one with cooked green onions mixed into the eggs and another one with fresh chives sprinkled on top at the end. The difference will be night and day, I promise you. So, the secret is out. Green onions and chives are not the same. They're not even close relatives. They are two distinct ingredients with their own unique superpowers. Now that you're in on the secret, you can wield their powers to make your food taste even more amazing. The great produce aisle debate is finally settled. Thanks for hanging out and geeking out about food with me today on Facts Discoveries. I hope this cleared things up for you. If you learned something new, do me a favor and hit that like button. And for more deep dives into the things that make you go, huh, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Drop a comment below and let me know, are you Team Green Onion or Team Chive? Or do you love both for their own special reasons? I'd love to hear how you use them. Until next time, stay curious